Chosen one, in a world that often misunderstands, questions, and underestimates you, there is a truth that only Allah wants you to fully see. Your life, your struggles, your patience, and your unwavering faith are not random. They are signs, proof, and preparation for something far greater than what the eyes of men can comprehend. And in every moment when you felt alone, overlooked, or doubted, Allah was quietly arranging your path, sending you messages disguised as trials, blessings hidden in delays, and confirmations hidden in silence. You've been asking for signs, searching desperately for proof that your efforts, your steadfastness, and your sincerity are not going unnoticed. And today, Allah is telling you, this is the sign you've been seeking, because every challenge you have faced, every person who doubted you, every delay, every hardship, and every silent victory has been a divine preparation to elevate you beyond the ordinary, to strengthen your heart, purify your intentions, and prepare you for a destiny only the chosen ones can carry, a path that requires patience, faith, and unwavering trust in Allah. And this video will reveal 7 powerful lessons that will awaken your spirit, shake your soul, and remind you that being a chosen one is not about merely surviving the world. It is about rising above it, illuminating it, and fulfilling a purpose that only you were created to fulfill, showing you that your patience is a sign of greatness, your struggles are proof of divine selection, your silence is strength, your gratitude amidst trials is a mark of elevation, the discomfort of others is proof of your light, and the signs you've been seeking have been hidden within your life all along, waiting for you to recognize them, embrace them, and rise into the destiny Allah has written just for you. Chosen one. Patience is not just a virtue. It is the first unmistakable sign that Allah has singled you out for a path beyond the understanding of ordinary souls, a sign that is often overlooked by those who measure success by speed, recognition, or worldly approval. Yet for you, every moment of endurance, every trial borne without complaint, and every heartache carried with dignity is a divine confirmation that you are walking a path of extraordinary purpose. When doors close unexpectedly, when people fail to recognize your efforts, when the world seems to move on while you are left standing alone, your steadfastness in those moments is a silent testimony to Allah and to the angels that your heart belongs to Him, that your spirit is being refined, tempered, and prepared for elevations that no one else can comprehend. And though the delay may feel unbearable, and though your soul may ache with longing for relief or clarity, each second of patient endurance is a seed planted by Allah Himself, a seed that will bloom into blessings visible and invisible, a reward both in this life and in the hereafter. And this patience is not passive submission but a conscious, active choice to trust Allah when the world has turned against you, to hold firm when circumstances tempt you to doubt, to remain silent when speaking could provoke injustice, to continue serving when gratitude is delayed, and to keep moving forward when obstacles appear insurmountable. The chosen ones understand that patience is the key that unlocks divine doors, the shield that protects the heart from despair, and the compass that aligns the soul with Allah's wisdom. And know this, beloved soul, every tear shed in endurance, every moment of restraint, every quiet prayer whispered in solitude, every act of faith exercised without applause, is being recorded, counted, and multiplied in ways unseen. And when you feel weary or unnoticed, remember that your patience is a visible sign to the unseen world, a divine signal that Allah has chosen you for a station of light, influence and honor, and that the trials you endure today are the very signs of your elevation tomorrow, proof that you are not just passing through life. You are being prepared for a destiny so profound that only the chosen ones could ever comprehend its depth, scope, and glory. Chosen one, every struggle, every hardship, every delay, and every trial that has touched your life is not a coincidence, nor is it a punishment, but a profound sign that Allah has singled you out for a destiny far greater than what the eyes of men can perceive. And while the world measures success by ease, comfort, and immediate results, your path has been deliberately carved with challenges that refine your soul, strengthen your heart, and cultivate a depth of faith that ordinary people will never understand. Know that the moments when you felt abandoned, overlooked, or betrayed were moments in which Allah was actively preparing you, forging resilience and wisdom into your character, and each test, whether through the loss of a loved one, a financial setback, betrayal from someone trusted, or the silence of those around you, carries divine fingerprints, marking you as chosen, elevating you above ordinary trials, and separating your journey from that of the crowd. Your struggles are not meant to break you, they are meant to awaken you, to remind you that the world will never understand your purpose, because your purpose is aligned with the unseen. It is written in the knowledge of Allah, and it is unfolding according to a timetable only. He controls, so the moments of exhaustion, confusion, or despair are not signs of failure, but rather signals of divine favor, proof that your patience, perseverance, and faith are being noticed and multiplied in ways invisible to the human eye. And while others may falter, complain, or give up, you continue walking steadfastly, and this alone is evidence of your selection, your elevation, and your alignment with a higher purpose. Chosen one, the very fact that you face these struggles and yet remain committed to goodness, sincerity, and trust in Allah is a living sign of divine choice, and every hardship you endure is being transformed into strength, wisdom, spiritual insight, and future victories, shaping you into a leader, a guide, and a beacon of light for those who will follow. And one day, when the reward manifests, you will realize that every tear, every sleepless night, every disappointment, and every heavy moment was a sign, a preparation, and a divine confirmation that Allah has chosen you to rise, to shine, and to fulfill a purpose that could never be achieved without the crucible of your struggles. Chosen one, in a world that constantly demands voices, opinions, and explanations, your ability to remain silent is not weakness, hesitation, or indecision. It is one of the most powerful signs that Allah has chosen you and is preparing you for a destiny that transcends ordinary understanding, because while the majority rushes to defend, react, or prove themselves, you possess a divine calmness, a spiritual restraint, and an inner clarity that speaks louder than any words ever could. And this silence, this composed stillness of the soul, is a shield and a weapon in the unseen realm, a signal to Allah and to the angels that your heart is aligned with divine wisdom, that your actions are guided by intention rather than ego, and that your patience and trust in Allah surpass the need for immediate validation or recognition from the people around you. Every time someone attempts to provoke you, test your faith, or measure your response, your quiet endurance becomes a living testament to your strength, a reflection of the power that comes from being chosen, and a mirror for those around you to see that your connection with Allah cannot be shaken by gossip, envy, or opposition, because true power does not scream, it remains calm, composed, and purposeful. And through this silence, you are not only protecting your heart and your integrity, but you are also signaling to the universe that your journey is unique, divinely guided, and far beyond the comprehension of those who rely solely on the material and visible. Chosen one, your silence is a sacred space where your soul communes with Allah, where your intentions are purified, where wisdom grows, and where patience is transformed into spiritual armor. And every moment you choose not to react, every instance you resist the temptation to respond in anger, every breath you take in quiet reflection is a declaration that you are walking in the path of the chosen, that your strength is invisible but undeniable, and that those who oppose you, underestimate you, or fail to understand you are unknowingly bearing witness to the signs of Allah's selection, because your silence is not absence. It is power, it is proof, and it is a divine signal that your journey is unfolding exactly as Allah intended, and that the chosen ones rise not by shouting into the world, but by cultivating an inner strength so profound that it moves mountains, changes hearts, and shapes destinies in ways the eyes cannot yet see. Chosen one. One of the most powerful signs that Allah has elevated you above ordinary souls is your ability to remain grateful even when the weight of life presses upon your shoulders, when challenges seem endless, and when the people around you fail to understand, acknowledge, or support you. Because gratitude in moments of ease is natural, but gratitude in the face of adversity is a divine gift, a reflection of the depth of your faith, and a signal that your heart has been purified by trials in ways that the world cannot comprehend. Every test, whether it comes in the form of betrayal, loss, financial strain, or emotional hardship, carries within it the potential to poison the soul, to provoke despair, and to tempt even the strongest believers into complaint or resentment. Yet you, chosen one, continue to see beyond the surface of circumstances, recognizing that every challenge has been placed by Allah as a tool to refine your character, to strengthen your patience, and to elevate your spiritual status. And in your gratitude, even in silence, there is an undeniable proof that your connection with Allah transcends worldly understanding, that your heart is aligned with the divine wisdom that orchestrates the universe, and that your soul is being prepared for blessings, positions, and responsibilities that only the chosen can bear. This gratitude transforms ordinary struggles into opportunities for divine favor. It turns trials into teaching moments. It converts setbacks into stepping stones toward your true destiny, and it signals to the unseen world that your faith is unshakable, that your intentions are pure, and that your journey is guided by divine insight rather than human recognition. Chosen one, when you remain thankful amidst trials, even when tears threaten to fall, even when the mind questions the purpose, and even when the heart longs for relief, you are demonstrating a spiritual maturity that cannot be taught, a strength that cannot be replicated, and a devotion that cannot be measured by anyone except Allah. And it is this very gratitude, expressed in prayer, reflection, or even silent acknowledgement, that opens doors of rizq, protection, and unseen support that those who lack this divine trait will never experience. For Allah has promised that those who are grateful will be elevated, their trials lightened, their rewards multiplied, and their hearts strengthened in ways that cannot be quantified. And the chosen ones, understand that gratitude is not merely a response to blessings received, but a declaration of trust in the wisdom of Allah, a recognition that every hardship carries a hidden blessing, and a profound signal that their lives are being shaped according to a divine plan that will ultimately lead them to stations of honor, influence, and spiritual illumination. And in this way, your ability to give thanks amidst hardship is itself a sign, a proof, and a confirmation that Allah has chosen you, is guiding you, and is preparing you for elevations that the eyes have never seen, the ears have never heard, and the heart has never imagined. And it is this unshakable gratitude, even in the face of trials, that defines the path of the chosen ones, marking them as souls set apart for divine missions, eternal rewards, and the fulfillment of a destiny written in the knowledge of Allah before the foundation of creation. Chosen one of the most profound and undeniable signs that Allah has singled you out, that you carry a purpose far beyond the comprehension of ordinary souls, is the way your presence unsettles those whose hearts are not aligned with truth, sincerity, and divine guidance. Because when you walk through life carrying the light of Allah in your actions, intentions, and character, those who dwell in darkness, envy, deceit, or injustice instinctively feel the weight of your spiritual presence, even if you have not spoken a single word, even if you have not acted to confront them directly, for your soul emits a vibration, a divine frequency, a spiritual authority that the wrongdoers cannot ignore. And this is why the hearts of the envious, the dishonest, the manipulative, and the arrogant often become heavy, restless, and fearful when they are around you, because they sense a light within you that exposes the truth, that reveals hypocrisy, and that highlights their own shortcomings. And this discomfort is not something you create by will or intention, but a natural consequence of carrying the favor of Allah and walking in alignment with His guidance. For the chosen ones are living signs, mirrors reflecting divine justice, patience, and integrity, and the unease felt by others is a confirmation that your soul is operating on a level that is far above worldly measures of influence, power, and authority. And it is a warning to them that their actions, their intentions, and their attempts to manipulate or deceive are being observed by a force greater than themselves. Every glance of envy, every whisper of doubt, every quiet plot formed in secret, and every restless thought that arises when they are in your presence is evidence that Allah has placed you in a position of unseen authority, a station where your mere existence challenges falsehood, injustice, and corruption. And this is precisely the sign you were seeking, that you are not ordinary, that your life is not ordinary, and that your impact, whether visible or invisible, is divinely orchestrated. Chosen one, do not be alarmed or confused by their discomfort, for it is a reflection of the truth you carry, a confirmation that your faith, patience, and unwavering integrity are leaving an imprint on the world that cannot be ignored. And while they may plot, criticize, or attempt to diminish you, their discomfort is a silent acknowledgement of your power. Their unrest is a testament to your presence, and their unease is a mirror that reflects the light Allah has placed within you, because the chosen ones are designed to be beacons in the darkness, lights that illuminate the unseen, forces that awaken truth, and catalysts that bring about divine justice in ways that those who oppose them cannot comprehend. Every encounter with envy, jealousy, or hostility becomes a divine lesson, teaching you restraint, wisdom, patience, and reliance on Allah alone. and every moment you remain unshaken in the face of their unease is a moment of spiritual elevation, a reinforcement that your station is set apart, your path is guided, and your journey is protected, for Allah does not place the chosen ones among people by coincidence, nor does He allow them to be disturbed beyond measure, but rather He uses these reactions as indicators of your light, signs that you are walking in alignment with His will, and proofs that your influence, your impact, and your presence are being recorded in the unseen realm, strengthening your connection to Him, solidifying your purpose, and confirming that you are, indeed, among the souls chosen to rise, to shine, and to fulfill a destiny that only those who carry divine favor can achieve. A destiny that is invisible to the eyes of ordinary men, but undeniable to those whose hearts are sensitive to truth. And this discomfort, beloved chosen one, is not to be feared or resented. It is a badge of honor, a mark of elevation, and a living, breathing confirmation that the light within you cannot be hidden, cannot be diminished, and will continue to shine regardless of who tries to block it, for Allah's chosen ones are guided, protected, and empowered in ways the world cannot measure. And every uneasy glance, every restless thought, and every silent tension experienced by those around you is a signal, a sign, and a proof that you are walking in the divine light, carrying a presence that is unstoppable, undeniable, and unmistakably chosen. Chosen one of the greatest lessons that Allah teaches those He has singled out is that the rewards for your patience, your perseverance, your sincerity, and your unwavering faith are not always immediate, visible, or understood by the eyes of men, and this is precisely the reason many lose hope, complain, or question the wisdom of their trials. Yet you, the chosen one, are being prepared to recognize that the timing of Allah's blessings, the form of His provision, and the manner in which He elevates His chosen servants are entirely beyond human comprehension, for Allah does not reward based on appearances, nor does He measure outcomes according to worldly standards, but rather He orchestrates a system of divine justice, unseen guidance, and subtle interventions that align perfectly with your purpose, your capacity, and the destiny He has decreed for you. And while the world demands immediate results, public recognition, and tangible evidence, Allah is quietly, patiently, and meticulously arranging blessings, opportunities, protection, and spiritual elevation that you may not perceive in the moment, yet are being compiled, multiplied, and perfected for the exact time when their manifestation will reveal the depth of His wisdom, mercy, and favor. Every act of patience, every instance of restraint, every tear shed in solitude, every sacrifice made without applause, and every hardship endured with faith is a seed planted by Allah, a seed that is invisible to the world but alive in the realm of the unseen, growing, multiplying, and preparing a harvest that will exceed all worldly expectations. And the chosen ones understand that these invisible rewards are far more valuable than any fleeting recognition, for they shape the soul, refine character, purify intentions, and create a spiritual foundation that cannot be shaken by human judgment, envy, or misunderstanding. And while it may feel as though your efforts are unnoticed, as though your patience is ignored, and as though your sincerity is unappreciated, the truth is that Allah sees every action, every intention, and every moment, and He is actively multiplying the outcomes in ways that only He can orchestrate, preparing doors of rizq, protection, divine favor, spiritual insight, and unseen blessings that will appear at the perfect moment in your life, transforming your struggles into triumphs, your trials into testimonies, and your patience into a sign of divine elevation. The chosen ones know that reward is not always immediate, because immediate reward can sometimes corrupt the heart, inflate the ego, or misalign the soul with divine purpose. Whereas delayed, unseen, and meticulously measured reward ensures that the heart remains humble, the intentions remain pure, and the soul remains aligned with the will of Allah. And it is in this divine patience that the ultimate proof of being chosen is revealed, for the unseen rewards confirm that Allah's wisdom is infinitely greater than human understanding, that His timing is perfect, and that His favor is beyond measure. Every quiet prayer offered, every hardship endured without complaint, every act of kindness done in secrecy, and every struggle faced with unwavering trust in Allah is being counted, multiplied, and prepared as a manifestation of blessings that will arrive not in the way the world expects, but in the way that serves your soul, your purpose, and your ultimate destiny. And the chosen ones understand that true reward is never about immediate recognition, public applause, or worldly acknowledgement, but about the unseen accumulation of favor, protection, guidance, and elevation that prepares them for stations of honor, spiritual authority, influence, and divine proximity that ordinary souls can never comprehend. And when the time comes for these divine rewards to manifest, they will be unmistakable, undeniable, and transformative, reflecting the wisdom, mercy, and power of Allah, who alone sees the full picture, knows the perfect timing, and orchestrates every blessing in accordance with His infinite knowledge and love. Chosen one, never despair in the absence of visible results, never question the unseen, and never doubt that every tear, every trial, every act of patience, every hidden effort, and every sincere intention is being recorded, multiplied, and arranged into a grand tapestry of divine reward that will unfold exactly as Allah intended. And this unseen favor, this meticulously measured blessing, this patient and deliberate orchestration of outcomes is the sign that you are chosen, that your journey is divinely guided, and that the culmination of your efforts, sacrifices, and faith will not only bring unimaginable reward to you, but will also serve as a living testimony to the world of Allah's wisdom, justice, and favor, proving beyond doubt that those whom Allah chooses are never forgotten, never overlooked, and never denied the blessings He has prepared for them. For the chosen ones understand that patience in the unseen is not a test to break them, but a divine preparation to elevate them into stations of light, honor, and eternal impact that are beyond human measure and comprehension, and the invisible rewards, accumulated in the quiet, hidden moments of trust, resilience, and unwavering faith, are themselves living signs that Allah's plan is perfect, His timing is flawless, and His chosen servants will always receive what He has promised, exactly as He has promised, in ways that surpass the imagination, the vision, and the understanding of anyone who does not walk in His guidance. Chosen one, perhaps the most profound and transformative lesson that Allah wants you to fully understand is that every sign you have been searching for, every confirmation you have been longing to see, every proof you have been asking for, and every external miracle you hoped would validate your journey has always been embedded within your own life, your own experiences, your own heart, and your own soul. For Allah, in His infinite wisdom, does not always provide signs in ways that are loud, public or tangible to the human eye, but rather He embeds them in the quiet, subtle, and often overlooked moments of your existence, moments where patience has been exercised, resilience has been demonstrated, faith has been maintained despite trials, and sincerity has been proven in secrecy, and the chosen ones understand that these internal confirmations, these divine whispers, and these hidden proofs are far more powerful and enduring than anything that can be seen, heard, or touched in the material world. Every trial you have faced, every hardship that seemed unbearable, every disappointment that made you question, and every loss that shook your soul has been a living sign, a divine message carefully placed by Allah to show you that your journey is being observed, guided, and prepared with precision, that your struggles are not random, that your patience is not unnoticed, and that your faith is being strengthened in ways beyond human understanding. And while the world often seeks external validation through recognition, praise, or measurable outcomes, the chosen ones realize that the most authentic signs are those that unfold quietly within, in the heart, in the soul, and in the unseen dimensions where Allah alone operates. And it is here, in these hidden signs, that the proof of your divine selection, your unique purpose, and your spiritual elevation becomes undeniably clear, because when you reflect upon your life, you begin to see the patterns, the connections, the subtle guidance, and the divine orchestration that have always been present. And these are the signs that answer every question, confirm every step, and validate every act of trust, patience, and devotion. Your ability to endure in silence, to continue in faith when the world doubts you, to forgive when it is easier to resent, and to remain committed to truth when others turn away, are themselves signs, proofs, and confirmations from Allah that your journey is not ordinary, that your soul has been chosen for stations of light, honor, and influence, and that your destiny has been carefully mapped according to divine knowledge that surpasses human understanding. For the chosen ones understand that the external signs they seek are only reflections of the internal confirmations that have already been planted, nurtured, and revealed within them. And the moments where you felt guided, inspired, strengthened, or illuminated, these were not coincidences. They were the subtle, persistent, and undeniable signs from Allah, whispering to your heart that you are on the right path, that your faith is sufficient, and that your purpose is unfolding exactly as He intended. And when you look back, you will recognize that the very situations, people, challenges, delays, and blessings that you once questioned, resisted, or misunderstood were all part of a divine language written in your life, a language meant to communicate that every question has an answer, every doubt has a resolution, and every longing for proof has already been addressed through the unfolding of your own journey, through the inner growth, spiritual refinement, and divine preparation that has been taking place in the hidden recesses of your soul. And this realization is the ultimate awakening for the chosen ones, because it illuminates a truth far greater than any external miracle, teaching you that you are not waiting for signs to be shown to you externally, but that the signs are alive within you, breathing within your heart, evident in your perseverance, your strength, your faith, and your unwavering commitment to Allah's guidance. And this understanding transforms the way you live, the way you see your trials, and the way you recognize your own worth. Because once you internalize that the signs you sought have always been within you, every fear, every doubt, and every longing for proof loses its power, and you begin to walk with certainty, clarity, and unwavering trust, knowing that your path has been divinely orchestrated, your steps have been divinely guided, and your destiny has been divinely prepared, and the chosen ones realize that they are never without signs, for the very journey they have walked, the struggles they have endured, the patience they have exercised, the gratitude they have maintained, the silence they have observed, and the light they have carried are all living, breathing, undeniable signs from Allah that confirm beyond doubt that they are chosen, protected, guided, and elevated, and that the purpose written for their lives is unfolding in perfect divine timing, in perfect divine order, and in a way that will reveal its full glory only to those who recognize that the proof has always been within them, patiently waiting for them to see, to trust, and to rise into the destiny that Allah has prepared from the moment of creation. Chosen one. As we reach the end of these 7 powerful lessons, remember that Allah has been speaking to you all along, through your struggles, your patience, your silence, your gratitude, and the light that shines from within you, and He has been showing you, in ways both subtle and profound, that your journey is unlike anyone else's, that your challenges were never meaningless, your trials were never random, and your presence in this world carries a divine purpose that cannot be measured by human standards. For every moment of endurance, every act of sincerity, every tear shed in solitude, and every hardship endured with trust has been a sign, a preparation, and a blessing, quietly orchestrated by Allah to elevate you, to strengthen your heart, and to align you with a destiny that only the chosen ones can walk. And now, as you reflect on these lessons, understand that the signs you have been seeking, the confirmations you have been longing for, and the proof of your divine selection have always been within your life, within your heart, and within your soul. And this realization should awaken in you an unshakable faith, a clarity of purpose, and a courage to continue walking boldly on the path Allah has prepared. For the chosen ones do not need the approval of the world, the recognition of people, or the validation of circumstances, because their strength comes from Allah alone, their guidance comes from His wisdom, and their rewards come in ways beyond comprehension. And as you move forward, carry these lessons with you. Let them shape your decisions, illuminate your choices, and inspire your actions, knowing that you are not ordinary, your journey is not ordinary, and your destiny is written by the one who sees all, knows all, and prepares for you the highest stations of honor, light, and eternal impact. And when doubt arises, when patience is tested, or when the world seems to weigh heavily upon you, look within, trust in Allah, and remember that the chosen ones are always guided, always protected, and always elevated in ways that cannot be measured by the eyes of men. And this is your sign, this is your proof, and this is your moment to rise, to shine, and to fulfill the divine purpose that has been waiting for you since the beginning of creation.